Hello and welcome to HT Auto. I'm Shubhadeep and I'm here in Jaipur for what is a big day for Hyundai here in the country. Why is it big? Well, because of this car right here. It's the Alcazar. It's the three-row version of the SUV, and what Hyundai makes of it is essentially based on the Creta, but it's also the first time that the company here in India at least is dabbling into the three-row segment. What is this car all about? What are the big highlights and what are the promises that it makes? We're telling you in this first impression video of the upcoming Hyundai Alcazar. Now the Alcazar here is obviously in disguise, so what you see here is the disguise, is the camouflage, but what is also obvious is that it has a lot of similarities to the Creta. Now for example, if you take a look at the LED headlight units here, identical almost to the Creta. It's also got a large front grille. It's very imposing in that sense, and the overall profile from the front is one that's really pronounced and wide. So this car definitely from the front has a prominent road presence. But what does it have on the side? And actually it's the side that truly brings about what the Alcazar is all about. So come, let's take a look. There are often times when you see a three-row car and you feel that the last portion is sort of glued inside the body of the remaining car. Now that's really not the case with the Alcazar at all. The body of the Alcazar from the side looks like a seamless blend. It's meant to be a three-row SUV. That's also largely helped by the really generous wheelbase. Hyundai tells us that it's about 2,760 millimeters, which is best in the segment. This is obviously going to have a positive impact on space on the offer on the inside. But what is also really good are the 18-inch alloy wheels, the diamond cut alloy wheels, which are a familiar sight. They sit really well on the overall frame of this vehicle. The windows, well, they're really large. I really particularly like the quarter glass at the end because it's pretty generous, and the people sitting in the third row will have a nice airy feel about as well. How much space is there in that third row? Well, it's not exactly cramped, but even teenagers, I suspect, won't be too pressed for space sitting in that final row. So on that count too, the Hyundai designers have done a great job. At the rear of the car, the lights look really, really sharp, really nice, and the car has a really wide profile from the rear. So even if you're following an Alcazar, you'll definitely know from a distance that this here is the latest from Hyundai. Hyundai will offer the Alcazar with both a diesel engine as well as a petrol engine, and both these engines will be mated to either a 6-speed manual transmission unit or a 6-speed automatic. Now, in our short first impression drive of the Alcazar, we drove the petrol engine with the 6-speed manual, and the car really didn't seem like it's as big as it is, because the handling, even in our short 5-minute first impression drive, was that this car is typically Hyundai, which means it's typically good to handle. I suspect that this car would be a great option within the city or even out on the highway if you so choose to go out with your large family. So expect, apart from the engine and transmission options, of course, that I just said, also have a lot of features, because Hyundai, well, is a company that's really known to pack in a lot of features inside their cars. So that's another thing to look forward to when the Alcazar finally hits the Indian roads. So there you have it. This here is the Alcazar from Hyundai. It's perhaps the biggest, the boldest dream from the Koreans here in the country. There is a clear focus on SUVs. The likes of Venue and Creta have done remarkably well for Hyundai. And initial impressions are that there is no reason why the Alcazar won't and shouldn't. For now, this is me, Shubhadeep Chakravarti, signing off. This was HT Auto, and we'll be bringing you the first extensive drive review of this car as well soon. So stay tuned and stay safe, drive safe.